Hey everyone, on this week's episode of Balk About It, we're
Balk
going to
about it.
balk about Masyn Winn.
There's no balking about anything when we talk about Masyn Winn. And the other thing we're going to balk about, why do you hate the Little League World Series?
I don't hate the Little League World Series.
You don't?
No.
Let's balk about
Oh my
it.
gosh. Okay, fine. Let's balk about it. Hello everyone and welcome to Balk About It. I'm Brooke Grimsley alongside Cardinals Spanish broadcaster Polo Asensio.
That's me.
And we have a brand new episode for you guys. And there's a lot of excitement around the Cardinals right now, which may sound a little bit weird, Polo, because if you've been
did you just say did you just say what I thought you said? Sounds like Mason.
Oh, you're getting into what I'm saying.
Ah.
So if you look at just
I'm
the
smart.
record this season with the Cardinals, not a lot of excitement. So you might be saying, what in the world are you talking about? Well, late Thursday night, Masyn Winn was called up by the Cardinals. Finally, the Cardinals' top prospect, number 32 in all of Major League Baseball. The excitement just everybody waiting for him to get here.
What?
It's like a present. It's
This
like
is-
Christmas.
This could be one of those moments, right? Obviously, like you said, the season is going So anything that gives you a smile or a spark or something to get excited about, it's worth talking about or
It is.
balking about.
Balking about. And so
What were you doing when you heard the news?
what was I
we
doing?
continue? Yeah.
So it was late Thursday night.
So like I
Adam
remember what I
Wainwright-
was doing with when Saddam Hussein's statues came down.
That was a very specific.
Well, because I
thought you were
remember.
going to say something like baseball
no,
related.
because
but...
I remember when I heard that Amy Winehouse died.
Okay.
I remember what I was doing. So
like
this
big
is
pop culture
like
moments.
big moments that
Okay.
in history will come down.
I can tell you exactly what was happening.
Okay.
So it was Thursday night. Adam Wainwright, I was kind of sad after the game because I felt like it was a bounce back performance by Adam Wainwright because we've seen that he's been scuffling, especially here recently. Felt like a great game. Didn't get any run support that he really needed to come away with the win or 199. And then all of a sudden, I was on Twitter sitting on my bed and I was doing my show prep and I saw Katie Wu of The Athletic, the tweet come across where she said, Masyn Winn's been called up. I was like, what in the world? Is this really going on? And I had a hard time sleeping. Because I was so wired. And so then I was immediately on Twitter and I'm like, oh my God, it's finally happening. And then the Cardinals put out that he'll be wearing zero, which is incredible in itself.
Hopefully Austin Dean is okay with that.
I think it'll be fine.
Bobby Bonds.
Oh yeah. I think everybody else will be fine. But I was so excited. That's what I was doing. What were you doing?
I was on my way to Ted Drew's. I was on my way.
That late at night? It was like 11 o'clock at night.
I had a date, a very romantic date. Whoa.
Wait a minute. You're just going to bury the lead here. Okay, Masyn Winn. That's exciting, but
no.
date?
No. After the game, it was not a date. You know that I hang with some of the guys. And
It was a bro date?
It was a bro date.
Oh.
And I had promised Gio Gallegos, who was having a little issue with his shoulders, say, hey, we need to go get something that makes you feel better. If not physically, at least emotionally or your tummy. So we went to Ted Drew's. And with us, it was Benji Molina. So we were all just talking baseball outside Ted Drew's, when the news broke. And on the way there, Gio mentioned something. Hey, I think they're going to call up this kid. I'm like, well, it's about time, right? Now, let's be careful, right? After he gets called, he's getting playing time. We're getting to see him. Let's go back to when the Cardinals call up Dylan Carlson, when they called up Nolan Gorman, Matthew Liberatore. And at the beginning, things were not as good or as great as we thought they could be. So have a little patience with them. Don't expect this guy to come in and just, blaze away and do different things. And,
I see what you did there. I see. And that's why I have a gift. So the Cardinals gifted us Masyn Winn. I have a gift for you.
Oh.
This is Blaze.
Oh.
For Masyn Blaze Winn. His middle name is Blaze. So I know that you're telling me not to get too excited, but with a middle name like that, I'm expecting to come out guns a-blazing.
Let's blaze it.
There you go.
Thank you.
It's so cute.
Right here.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Here you go.
That's
All
gonna be
right.
great for Zane to fix the sound on that with all the
No.
squeakiness.
It's all right.
That's it.
Hey, Sane is the magician. He's the reason why we're the #1 podcast in all of St. Louis.
That's what I heard.
Me
That's what
too.
I heard. That's the rumor on the street. But I know that. So the excitement with Masyn Winn, and I totally get what you're saying because we have seen that before, and that falls into my first question with what you think. This is the most exciting in-season call-up for a top prospect since who you think?
For the Cardinals,
Yes.
I think since Nolan Gorman. I mean, and it happened just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe even Jordan Walker. The thing is, we had so many good prospects that are recently that, yeah, you can talk about Albert Pujols, go back for 20 years.
Oscar Taveras was a name that
or
other
Rick and
people
Keel,
brought up.
things like that, or guys like that you expected something big, and Oscar was a big one. But like I said, everybody's different. Let's treat this very carefully. Let him play. Let him have fun. And that's the part that I think goes for the Cardinals, the manager, the coaches, and everybody else. Let them have fun. This is a very, very young
Just let
team.
them be young, be kids playing ball.
Let them be.
Yeah.
Right? Let them be. This season, yes, I know the schedule says that we still have, or the Cardinals still have a chance. But let's think about this season looking at next season, right?
Yes.
I mean, Mo has said it. Let's all say it. Let's all think about it. But let them play.
Mm-hmm.
Let them have fun. Let them be themselves, right? And my job, my part as a Spanish broadcaster, I am myself all the time. I cannot be somebody else. Chip, he is himself. We all bring something different. Yourself here or in the morning show that you do, with ESPN with Randy and Carrie. We need to be ourselves. We cannot be somebody else. You can compare this with that, and that, but at the end, Masyn Winn is Masyn Winn. Jordan Walker is Jordan Walker. Masyn Winn is not Ozzie Smith. Jordan Walker is not Albert Pujols. Nolan Gorman is not so and so. Let those guys be themselves, and it will go. It will happen. Look at what happened to teams. Again, I go back to the Reds. They let those guys be themselves, and they are having a really good season, still in playoff contention. So hopefully, Masyn comes in, does his thing, has fun, be flashy, pop the chains or whatever he's wearing around his neck, and let's all have fun with them.
And that's what you were talking about, just letting players be players. I would hate to see stifling that kind of swag, that energy that he brings, because that's obviously a part of his game. It seems like sometimes the Cardinals have a bunch of Eagle Scouts on their team, and the way that and there's nothing wrong with that. Being an Eagle Scout is fantastic. Of course.
Yeah.
But
do they sell
sometimes,
cookies too? No, that's the
no,
Girl
those are the
Scouts,
Girl Scouts.
right?
Eagle Scouts are more like camping. I don't know what they do. Something
Do you like the
that.
Samoans? The little cookies?
Oh, yes, I do.
Or
I like the
Or you like a
Samoas.
mint?
I'm a Thin Mint girl.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
of course.
But
all girls are.
And so in a world of Thin Mints, then
Be a Samoa.
let Masyn Winn be a Samoa.
Why
Is
not?
basically what we're saying. That's what you like to see, because it has felt like, especially this season, sometimes I know that Wilson Contreras builds. He has that flair. He has that energy. But letting those guys continue to have that flair, whatever that swag is, letting them continue to have that is vitally important to the players and what they do.
And the rest of the team can maybe learn from that. You have players that are very, very businesslike. They lead by example. Maybe they're not vocal. They're not screaming at you. They don't go up to you and tell you every day what you need to do. At the end, you're in the big leagues, right? There's a reason why you get there, or you got there. The way you work, your ethic, your talent, even a little luck. You got there. Now keep being that. Look around and pick what you think works for you. That's what I do, and maybe that's what you do. You go to a place, you eat what you like. You don't eat what other people feed you. Like, hey, eat here, eat this. You're like, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like the vanilla crackers. I don't like the lemon ones. Or talking about the girls. Hey, Girl Scouts, hook it up. So you eat what you like, and at the same life and in baseball, business, whatever or not, you do what you think works for you, and what you think works for you that's going to help your team get better. And I mean, as a broadcaster, you love players like this. Even when an opponent, like a Mookie Betts or Shohei Ohtani, somebody like that comes to town, I get excited for those guys
Yeah.
because I have a chance not only to see them play, but to call their plays. And if you look back in history, there's not a lot of people that have done that. So I am excited to see what the boys or the kids can do and what the future brings for the Cardinals, because I mentioned it a couple of times. This season is one that exploded right in front of our faces. Now it's time to go back, fix it, and regroup for the next and the next and the next, because it's not only about 2023, 4, 5, 6, 7, and until we explode the world because the weather is so terrible.
And I do have to move this just slightly, a little bit. There we go. Just a wee bit. Keep rotating it. Zane's telling us this is great podcasting TV. There you go. And Blaze is doing just fine. He's just hanging out. And what you were saying too, it does, this season, you just have to toss it away. You have to forget about it. And I know there's some people who just want to continue to have that dark cloud over them. I think that there is a lot of positives. Masyn Winn being one. You're starting to see this young core come together. Jordan Walker, him getting this opportunity this season. He's had some ups and downs, but that's the point, right? Is that he should be allowed to do that. But for him to continue to grow going into next season, and then Tink Hintz on the horizon. There's a lot of young guys coming together. Victor Scott, possible center fielder of the future for the Cardinals.
Not possible. It looks like it. I mean, obviously.
So when do you think when? You think by 2024? What if I threw this at you? By 2024, after the All-Star break, obviously Masyn Winn and Jordan Walker here, Tink Hintz here, and Victor Scott.
I see Tink before Victor, because we have so many outfielders, and again, we don't know what the team is going to look like next season, right?
Of course not. Well, who thought that this is what the team was going to look like this year?
Who thought we were going to be talking about baseball with, like I said, on that same conversation, and going to Ted Roos and the whole Masyn Winn with Gio, like, who thought we were going to be sellers, right? Who thought that we were going to look at Jack Flaherty give up grand slams and slam Diego, or Jordan Montgomery, having a hard time here and there, or those guys. We didn't think about
Adam
that.
Wainwright in his season.
Exactly,
yes.
like that season that hopefully he gets his at least the 200, and then he can retire, have a lot of fun back in Georgia or in St. Louis or wherever he's gonna bring his family. But I like it. I do. I am very, most of the time, I'm very positive polo, doble P, polo positivo. And I like that. I like the fact that
we need a shirt that says that.
Dude, we need to go back every single episode, and we need to write down how many shirts we have.
In a world of thin mints, be a Samoa.
There you go.
Samosas? Is that how you say it?
No, Samoa.
Is it Samoans?
Samoans. Yeah, the one, the coconut.
Samoans.
Samoans. I believe that's, yeah.
Zane, do you have any advice for us? We're forgetting. What?
Samoas.
Samoas. Okay.
Right? Yeah.
All right. The general consensus is Samoans.
I know. I'm part Samoan.
No, you're not.
I am.
Are you?
No, yeah. I mean, I've watched enough wrestling that I like the Samoans.
So
the Rock,
you feel
the
that way?
Roman
You
Reigns,
identify?
Rikishi, and
yes.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Yeah.
Big time wrestling.
And the other one is the one that you just came up with.
Polo positivo, doble P.
I love that. Well, speaking of looking ahead to next season, John Mozeliak recently spoke to media members. It was mostly about Steven Matz and his injury, which you hate to see because he's been fantastic leading up into that point. But Mozeliak said this to media members regarding the starting pitching moving forward for next season. He said, realistically, we know we have to add 3 starters this offseason. We know we have to add depth. We went into the season thinking we had that covered, and it didn't work out that way. A repeat of that would not be in the best interest of the franchise. What's interesting there is the 3 starters. And so it sounds almost like you'll be shopping for 3 starters. I know that it almost seems like we're having an audition right now for that 5th spot, but my takeaway from that is that he realizes we need more depth going into next season with the starting rotation, and you can't have a repeat. Maybe you continue that internal competition with possibly a Matthew Liberatore, Drew Rom, and Zach Thompson for that 6th depth spot.
Zach has been looking electric.
And he could continue to force himself into this
They talk about whiff, and they talk
competition.
about missing bats. That dude has been missing a lot of bats.
Yeah.
So if we go by that and what we've seen lately from Zach is like, hey, Zach attack right here.
Yeah. So with the 3 starting pitchers, which I assume maybe you go and get, one you go pay for in free agency, another one via trade, maybe the other one possibly just to add some depth is going to be like a number 3-4 style guy. Who do you think starting pitching wise would be a good fit for the Cardinals in free agency? Because I already think I know your answer. You've brought him up before. But if I told you you had to pick one, okay, that you're going to go spend some money on, Aaron Nola or Julio Urias?
I think looking at the innings, the history, and the gas in the tank, Julio has been treated very carefully in LA since he was young, right? Since he came up at age 20, 21. He's not a young kid anymore. This is his first real big contract. And he's been pitching not a lot, right? Yeah, a couple injuries here and there, but I think he brings experience. And I'm nothing against Nola, but Julio brings cojones, big old Mexican cojones. That's what.
All right, when we're talking about like the swag, the energy, now we're gonna add cojones to it. Okay.
I mean, if you want to win,
you need to.
If you want to win in life,
yeah,
you need to have some of that.
So
right?
we all need big Mexican cojones, is what Polo said.
Yes, Mexican or American. It all depends what you like. You.
Oh, okay, I don't know. You said Mexican cojones
because he's Mexican.
Oh, okay. So the rest of us can't have Mexican cojones.
No, you can have like Japanese.
Okay,
right? Like
fine.
I cannot have Japanese because I'm not Japanese. I'm Mexican, Argentinian, Samoan. I'm Mr. Worldwide,
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, Mr.
That's
Worldwide.
what it is. Yeah.
So I like that guy, and
Yes.
obviously because he's Mexican, he speaks Spanish.
Yeah, I picked that up with the cojones.
I'm looking for Polo, but Aaron Nola's not like the thing is. Choice 1A and 1B are great for you. You have a lot of good names out there. The thing is, what's the competition? And we didn't even talk about, because, we don't want to talk about the unicorn, but Shohei is also there. Am I saying he's coming here? I don't know, but it will be interesting to see.
I would die.
Please don't die.
If he came
then
here,
who's going to be my co-host? It's going to be Balk about it with Polo.
I'll just come and
R.I.P. Brooke.
Yeah, exactly. You can just have like a little memorial statue of me that you just talk to.
How? Okay, let's forget about baseball. Let's not balk about baseball. What's your statue? Like, are you holding how many purses and cups? You only have one cup today.
I know.
What happened to the other 4?
So they're in the other room.
Ah, okay.
You see, I knew that you would judge me for the amount of
I don't
cups
judge.
Today I had an
applaud
energy.
you.
So for the morning show today, I had an energy drink, I had a juice drink, I had my coffee, and I had this.
Isn't coffee energy drink? Kinda.
Well, I needed 2 today.
What's your so what?
I told you, don't you remember? So Masyn Winn, when we film this, it'll be coming out obviously at a different time when we're filming this now. But on Thursday night, I could not sleep after the Masyn Winn news because I was so excited. Probably around like 1 a.m. But then I get up and at like 5 a.m. for the morning show.
Right, yeah.
So it was a quick turnaround, and I knew I had to have the energy and bring the cojones for this podcast. So I needed 2 energy drinks.
Okay. Thank you.
Exactly, right?
No, it's good. It's good. So that'll
be my
okay.
statue. All my drinks and my bags.
All I have is this one white cup. By the way, I love it. This is one of my favorite parts of coming to Hubbard Radio, the building.
Is eventually
you just
getting the
push 2 buttons and you get free latte. I mean, free for me. I am sure somebody pays for it, but not me. So thank you for
that's
the coffee.
the benefit that you get.
It is. But yeah, no, I mean, Julio, I would love to see him here. Aaron Nola is not a bad choice. Somebody asked me, Blake Snell. I'm like, I don't know about Blake Snell. Like, because which Blake Snell we're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get. You pay what you pay for a player, but then at the end, you don't know what you're going to get. Remember, you pay for what they have done.
Especially for pitchers, too.
You don't pay for what they are going to do. Again.
And Julio is younger. He's 27 or 28?
Yeah, he's 27, right around there. And the choices and the opportunities are endless for the Cardinals this season. I'm not going to say you go into the offseason with a blank, canvas to paint, but it's pretty close to being blank. Other than your first baseman, your third baseman, and your catcher, there's a lot of spots that can be either changed, or Tommy Edman can play center field, shortstop, second base. Gorman, he can play second. Maybe you can turn him into a little bit of an outfielder or a first baseman, because for now Nolan is there. Jordan Walker, he's playing the outfield, but you can always move him around. Now with Mays coming up, you think he's going to be the shortstop of the future, and perhaps the future is now. So I think Mo and the front office has a really good opportunity to actually redo the franchise from the top to the bottom instead of from the bottom to the top, and then see what you need in the future. You have a lot of pieces that you can also trade. So
yeah, what do you think about some of the fans' concern of why would I trust the front office that got us into this mess? How they see it got us into this mess this season.
Fan base in St. Louis, it's a really good one, right?
Yes, best fans in baseball.
They know what to do. They know what to say. Sometimes, as fans, we get a little out of hand. Spoiled. Sometimes we get spoiled for all this success. And yes, I understand in 2015, 16, 17, we didn't go to the playoffs. And I say we because at that time I was here. So we get spoiled with winning, being in contention. But it's not possible to do that. Even the Yankees, look at the Yankees right now. Teams like that, the Astros, it took them a lot of suffering to get to what they are right now. The Dodgers, yeah, they've been great over the last, 10 years. But before that, they had some really bad years. The San Diego, well, no, they're not a good example. But, there's franchises that are used to winning. And ever since 2000, 2001, this franchise has been winning consistently. So when you have a year like this, it's perhaps the worst year in history for the Cardinals, then people start yelling and things. Sometimes we all like to yell at the moon and the clouds.
Yeah.
Forgive you, clouds, It's going to be fine, people. And I was going to wear this T-shirt today, but I decided to go with this one, pretty blank, kind of like the Cardinals for next season. Be patient. No, that's what Mo said.
Oh, that's a triggering. I was about to say that's a triggering word for this fan base.
Well,
Polo.
Be patient. We all need to be patient.
It's a microwave society.
In the words of Axl Rose,
everybody wants results now.
In the words of Axl Rose, just a little patience. Little patience. I was walking the street tonight. You didn't know I had some Guns N' Roses in me, did you?
That was beautiful. I feel like I'm back in Nashville on Broadway with some of the best singers in the world.
Hey, you know what? I'm not saying I'm a great singer, but I'm not bad.
No.
I'm not bad.
You can sing.
I don't know if I told you I spent hours and hours and hours in London looking for a karaoke bar, thinking, is London? They're going to have karaoke. Everything was closed by midnight, at least where we were. So if anybody knows a good karaoke bar here in St. Louis or around the area, please let us know. I will show up. She's showing up. I'll sing. She'll dance or clap or do something. Can you sing?
No, absolutely not.
Like for real?
No, I like zero ability to sing. I mean, I feel like everybody can sing, everybody can dance, but there's a difference between that and if you can do it well or not.
It's a difference between dancing and dancing.
And dancing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Singing and singing.
You know who can sing?
Who?
Katie Wu. From
really?
The Athletic. We drove to Kansas City. Like she drove most of the time. On the way there and the way back, I did most of the driving. And yeah. Luke Combs.
Well, now
Taylor
I
Swift,
need to hear her sing.
One Direction.
Yeah.
Anything and everything. She has some. I was like, Katie Wu, you have some pipes.
Well, now we have to hear Katie sing eventually.
So she's on the clock.
She is.
So,
that has to happen.
You know what? That could be our first outing. The first Balk About It outing.
Karaoke?
Like Brooke, Sane, Polo, Katie Wu, and anybody else. Find us a bar or a place. Doesn't have to be a bar. They don't even have to serve alcohol. Karaoke bar place.
Well, if you want to hear me sing, then I have to get a little loosened up. A little liquid courage, as they say.
Liquid courage. Okay.
Yes.
What's your we know that you're a mint girl with the
Thin Mints.
Thin Mints. So what's your drink of choice if you go out there with your fiance or friends or whatever?
My favorite drink is a Paloma. Or a ranch water.
I knew that you had a little Mexican in you. That's
I have
fun.
Mexican cojones.
Well, now that you say paloma and the way you said it,
I love palomas.
really, have you ever had one? Like, have you ever made one at home?
Yeah.
They're so easy to make, so refreshing.
They are.
That's-
That or ranch water's my two favorites. Those
Ranch
are my
water.
go-to.
Please enlighten me, because I don't know about what's
You don't know
ranch
what ranch water is?
No, no.
It's just tequila, soda water, typically, and lime. That's literally it. And maybe
Okay.
like a little bit of lime juice if you want to put a little extra in there. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. Ranch water palomas. Let's go.
It's delicious. What is yours? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Whatever.
Everything?
No, tequila.
Okay.
Straight.
That makes sense.
Straight. No lime.
Nothing?
No ice. No salt. No nothing. Tequila. Lately, I've been into, and we're not endorsing drinking. We're just
kinda
talking.
feels
We're
like
just
it.
balking about it. We're just balking about drinks when we go out to karaoke. Shot of tequila straight from the bottle. I mean, not like that, but little cup, boom, go. A little shot glass.
If it's like really, really good tequila, I can maybe do that. But I've become a weenie with shots.
Somehow, anybody who goes to college, I didn't go to college, except for cleaning the dorms back in 1998, 99, 2000.
That
in
counts.
Santa
So you
Barbara.
went to college.
Yeah, I did go to college.
did.
I've seen the worst of college. I've learned that everybody who went to college, they cannot drink tequila anymore. I wonder why. I wonder
I
why.
can tell you.
Maybe, I don't know.
A little
But-
bit too much fun in our younger college years.
Yeah. But anyway, so tequila shot, I'm always down for it. And lately, I've been getting into rum and Coke. Just because the tequila shot, I go,
Whoa.
and it's the end of it. But rum and Coke, you take your
You
time
kinda
a
sip
little
on
bit.
it?
Yeah, you
Okay.
So rum and Coke, and tequila for Polo. So ranch water and paloma. for
Paloma,
Miss
number
Brooke.
one. It's my favorite.
Numero uno.
Yes. We seriously need to do the karaoke thing. Like that's like a must have.
Let's go.
Palomas, party.
You know
Katie
what?
Wu singing
we can
to
even
us.
do a Balk About It episode from your bar or your place of entertainment.
Yeah.
And then we'll have karaoke, and you don't even have to pay us. Do it for
We'll
free.
just come. We'll come hang
We'll
out.
just come. We'll work for drinks.
Yes.
She'll work for palomas. I'll work for tequila.
Exactly.
That's it.
Well, that's it for this episode
Already?
of Balk About It.
Oh my
Already. We've
God.
been talking for 26 minutes.
It seems like we just started.
I know. We've gotten into a lot of stuff. We'll have more episodes. We'll be
Yeah.
okay.
Before we go,
Yes.
your thoughts on the Little League World Series?
The Little League World Series?
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of it.
But your
My
experience.
thoughts on it?
Yeah.
It's cute because they're little.
Wow.
And they're playing.
I was expecting a little more passion.
I don't know if I've paid attention to it a little bit because there's been teams.
Like, you never watched it?
I've watched when there's certain teams. Like I know that Tennessee has had some teams going on, and I've paid attention. Other than that, I'll look up on TV and I'll see that it's going
Japan
on.
has a team all the time.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Mexico has a team. By
It's
the way,
exciting.
the reason I brought it up.
I knew there had to be a reason.
Good luck
There's
to
like
my
a motive
boys,
behind this.
Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh,
They're the representative for Team Mexico this year, the LLWS. The Little League that I played with or I played at made it this year for the second time in 10 years. So that's a big thing.
Wow.
And just in case you don't know, there's a few big leaguers out there, Mexican big leaguers like Javier Assad and Jonathan Aranda, one from the Cubs, one for Tampa Bay. They played in that league. So mucha suerte, mis muchachos, échenle ganas. Y mira que aquí los esperamos pronto. So it's good. Hey, El Segundo, El Segundo,
Yes.
California, made it as a West region in the United States.
Wow.
Lars Nudbar. So
Lars Nudbar
you know,
stomping ground.
so maybe I love talking about Little League World Series. 'Cause,
Yeah.
since I was a little kid, I always saw myself there. Luckily, I mean, not luckily. Sadly, I broke a leg and my career was ruined. But
How'd you break a leg?
this girl fell on top of me, and there was a rock, and my knee landed on top of the rock, and so my knee did things that the knees are not supposed to do. So I broke my leg and kind of like my hip, and doctor said that I was not going to be able to walk. Okay, but I think I do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
We ended in a very
Oh,
that
okay.
that face, and the thing is, you don't know if I'm lying or if I'm balking with you. You
That's
don't know
gonna
if
be
I'm
such a
balking with
weird
you.
thing to lie about. I
No,
hope you wouldn't be
hey,
lying
hey, we
about
need to
that.
bring back 3 lies. Or what is it? 2 lies and
A
a
truth?
truth. Yeah. So
Yes. Yes.
that is no lie. That is what happened. But then again, that didn't happen. I mean, it did happen, but that didn't derail my
Oh
career.
my gosh.
But anyway,
Well,
so good luck to all the
on
kids
that.
at the Little League World
Yes.
Series.
Go break a
And
leg.
no, well, yeah, yes, but no.
Oh.
Yes, but no. Like break a leg is in the entertainment industry. Like have a lot of fun and good
Oopsies.
luck, but
Yeah.
don't do it the other way.
I just
So, Brooke,
just says.
until next time.
Until next time. All right, that's it for Balk About It. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.